Are you new to waterfowl and you're trying to get all that gear together before the season? Let's get into a bag that might be good for you. What's up everybody and welcome back to Outdoor Gear. My name's Aaron Bottoms and today we're going to review something that's a little bit more geared to our waterfowl crew. We're going to be talking about the Cupped Waterfowl Guide Bag. Now this is a bag that everybody should have if you're going waterfowl hunting. It's going to keep your stuff dry, it's going to keep your shells safe, it's going to keep your cell phone and your license and all that stuff nice and dry so that when you go out you don't have to worry about it. So let's dig into this bag and see what it is made of. So this is their guide bag, as you can see on their nice little handy-dandy brochure. Right off the bat, it seems pretty nice. It's got a nice material. It's in the Real Tree Timber Camo. I believe this bag is supposed to be geared towards the timber, and it actually has a couple nice features on it that we'll get to pertaining to why you would use it in the timber. So, as you can see, nice paracord handle. We'll kind of test that out. Paracord is very popular now, and it is a very nice product overall. Sometimes it can get unwoven, but it seems like it is secured in place right here, and we shouldn't have too many problems pulling that out, or hopefully we don't pull it out at all. Your front zipper here opens up, and there's your hook. So we're gonna find a strap somewhere in here that we're gonna wrap around a tree, and this will hook onto that strap and hold it right up against the tree. So when we get to that, we'll show you there. We'll do it outside as well. But let's get our strap out like I was talking about. There's our strap. Get more into that later. And it's not too big. It's not a very big bag, but you can store some stuff in here, what you need, the essential items. You've got your storage up here for your license, for your wallet, for your cell phone, things like that. On the side here we have a shell holder, a box holder. So if we take our box of shells here, just our standard 3-inch shells, see if we can squeeze it on in there. Might be a tight fit, and there you go. Take that, you zip it up, and you're good to go. I've had a lot of trouble with these kind of loops pulling out, so we'll test that as well. Maybe get a little tug here. And that's actually nice and secure, so I like that. So this is kind of a cool feature. Keep your box of shell on the sides here. Over here, you have what they call their thermos holder. On the bottom, it's got a little drain, so in case some water gets in there. But put your thermos in there. It's a neoprene, so it stretches nice, so you can put a big bottle in there. You can put your Yeti in there, cup or what have you. This stretches out, so it's going to fit your biggest cup. So it'll take a smaller cup, your big thermos, your Coleman thermos. Then right here in the front, we have all these shell holders. So I've got some shells here. Got some 3-inch or 3.5-inch. Get those in there. And this is a nice feature because, oh man, struggling a little bit here. So, goes to show you that it might take a little bit of effort to get it in there. If you get them side by side, which I want to show you how easy or hard that's going to be. So getting them in's a little tight, which is nice if it's tight to get it in there so that you know they're not going to fall out or anything like that. Get some more. These are just 3-inch. Again, having a little bit of difficulty shoving them in there. But that's a preference thing, you know. I got shells here and shells here. It's tight getting that one in the middle. Possible? Yes. A pain? Yes. Well, we'll move past that at the moment. All right, now we got some 2 3/4. All right, so we've got our shells in there. Like I said, in between these shells is pretty tight. they're not going anywhere. If I've got them in there, I'm not afraid that if I flip my bag upside down, that they're gonna fall out or anything. Let's get that out of there. They're not going anywhere. They're nice and tight. Now, to that degree, when we pull them out, they come out fine. So that's good. This is something that I saw somebody comment on wherever they were reviewing it, and they said that these were pretty tight, and I wanted to show that because as waterfowl hunters, we want to make sure we can get our shells out quickly if birds are coming in, and we gotta get to the shells. So they come out fine. They go in a little tight, but as you use this bag, these will stretch out some, and you don't want them very loose because you want to hold all your stuff in there. Again, this isn't a very big bag. As you can see, it is smaller than I like because I like to have a good amount of gear. I like to be able to pack lots and lots of stuff, but for the guide, you may not need all that stuff. What you'll need is you'll need some shells. I got a box of shells and I've got 9 more in the front. I probably won't be doing a lot of shooting because I'm the guide. I've got my calls, so I'll put my calls down in here. I've got a jerk rig. I'm going to be needing that. And I've got a knife, just in case. And then I'll put my licenses and stuff in here. But for the essentials, it'll hold what you need. Got your thermos on the side, you got a box of shells, you got a few extra in the front, and then you've got your calls, and you can put some hand warmers in here, and then you got your jerk rig. So for the essentials, they're there. For all the other extra stuff that you might want to put into your bag, you're not really going to have that much room. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, so put your strap on. There's your strap right there. You could take this and wrap it around the tree if you wanted to, but you're going to need to invest in another strap to actually tighten or cinch around the tree that you could take these 2 hooks here on the top, and you could hook the strap around that, or you could take your hook here and hang it up on the tree. You can hang it up on a branch like so, and it'll just hang up there and good to go. The material seems like a nylon material. It said neoprene, but here's your neoprene here. You got your neoprene on the front, so it's not much neoprene. There's a little bit of padding on this strap right here. Not a ton, but enough to get you through the woods, get you what you need to do. They claim this thing is waterproof, and we'll get to that. We'll go through that scenario where we're going to close this bag up and see how waterproof it is. But you've got a little mesh material here when it's opened up for it to breathe. If you're hunting in the timber in the rain and you've got this thing hanging up, it's going to get wet for sure. However, you can use these straps back here and clip it onto the tree. If you've got some D-rings on a strap, that would work very well. So another feature that I really like about this bag right now is the bottom. So as you can see, it is a very flat bottom. It's not very hard, but it will sit flat on the surface compared to a bag like this, which is just your Cabela's bag. Move this guy out of the way, which I have put a piece of flooring in to keep it nice and flat. Don't mind that. That's my dove bag or dog training bag, depending on the day. It also is not as big as one of these big hunky backpacks, but I'm not huge on a huge backpack. I want to pack the essentials. I want to pack what I need, but I don't want all the bulk. This bag here, fairly small. Get your essentials in it, move on. So let's get to the test, see what this thing is made of, and see what we can do to it. One of the big things we want to talk about is the straps and see how they hold up. So when you have this thing hanging up in a tree by the strap or by the hook, which we'll test the hook here soon, you want to know that this is not going to fall out no matter what. No matter if you're leaning on it, no matter if your buddy falls on it. If you're standing in water, you might trip and pull down on it, and you don't want it to break off if you fall and trip, because that's your stuff. So what damage do we have here? All right, so our strap broke, which I'll bring close up here, take it out of the tree. And our plastic piece broke off. Not the end of the world, but that is your strap. However, there are different ways to get this thing right. See if we can maneuver this puppy on here. Like so. All right. Put it back on. Strap's ready to go again. Now that's something we don't want to break. However, if it does break, we've still got our strap and we're ready to hit the next thing. So let's get to it. Now we want to test out this hook that we were talking about. Let's see if we can. Okay, so that's pretty sad actually. I wouldn't trust that hook at all. I don't even know where, here it is. And I wouldn't actually blame the hook per se. I would blame this material here because that popped right out. It's just woven back into itself and it didn't hold any pressure really. And I've got not a lot of, I don't have much in here. I have my calls, the jerk rig, a knife, a box of shells, that's it. So this hook is junk. So a big thing about this bag we want to know about is if it's waterproof, water resistant, if it's gonna keep our stuff dry at all. So take our hose here, get myself wet in the meantime, and just fill all around. This is gonna experience a heavy rain. See what it's made of. That little bit of water should give us enough detail. Shake it off here. Bring it a little bit closer for you. All right, so it is soaked. Very, very wet. That didn't take long at all. That water's penetrated. I don't know if it's come through the seam here, but everything on the inside is soaking wet. That's soaking wet. My calls are wet. The shells on the side here, soaking wet. I'm gonna have to take all of them out and let them dry. But let's see if I have my cell phone or wallet in here. These little pouches on here actually stayed pretty dry, which is weird. But cool, we'll go from there. We'll look at it later. All right, so now with my wet sopping bag, I want to do a little bit of pulling on these external parts and see what they can not handle. I didn't want that anyway. You know, who wants to be able to store their drinks? Those are all right. You know, they're hard to get a grasp on. I'm sure I could rip it off. Let's try this zipper pocket here. Okay, that broke off. While we're at it, just to let you know, I took all the shotgun shells out of here because the box was soaking wet. All my shells are wet, so we'll dry those out. But let's see how this external pocket rips off. I'm already halfway there, so cool. That's not gonna stay there. Oh, look. Okay, we'll just go ahead and rip all the seams. Okay. Well, it is what it is, right? I mean, I should be able to pull on things and they not rip off. That is product 101 to me. But let's test this handle out just for fun and see. Paracord works. Paracord's not ripping off, so cool. All right, well, that's all the test I got then. Before we get into what I think about this bag, let's look at the damage. So, this is what we have left. We've had a little bit of a catastrophic failure here. This pocket that used to be on the side right here, no longer. It's gone. Cool. This pocket over here also ripped off completely. And now we have a hole in our bag. Water resistance. I'm not going to say waterproof because a lot of things are not waterproof. That's just how they are. They may be water resistant. The bag is completely soaked. All the material is soaked. My calls, soaked. My jerk rig, it's soaked. My shells that I had to take out of the side pocket because one, it was soaked, and then two, it ripped off, they're all wet, so they'll have to come out and dry. They did claim a waterproof pocket, and we can see that here. It is damp. It is not as wet as the rest of the material, but it is damp. And you can see down in here, this whole bag is wet. You know, this bag runs for $50. I don't think this is worth $50. If you think it's worth $50, that's your own opinion. However, this is not a bag I would buy. Again, if you baby your stuff If you take care of it and you're not really going out hunting that much, that might be a good bag for you for 50 bucks. However, it is not going to be something that lasts you a very long time, and us as waterfowl hunters know that we need to buy products that are decent and can handle the elements. So that's for you to decide. If you're a new waterfowl hunter, if you're an experienced waterfowl hunter, hopefully this was some sort of useful information that you can look at and you can decide whether or not you want to get this bag or something else. However, what I need from you is to like, subscribe, and comment down below so we can get products in for you and get them reviewed so that you don't have to make that purchase without us trying it before. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you later.